Welcome everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to this week's episode of the weekly hoscale newsletter recap for September 15th, 2025. If you're new to the series, this is where we take a look at a variety of product updates and announcements in the hoscale community from a variety of different manufacturers. As always, before we get started, do me a favor and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help me make a few dollars and is completely free to you, so I really appreciate it. Like the video if you enjoyed as well. Share it with a friend if you think they might find this useful, and drop me a comment if you're excited about anything we talk about here today, or if you just want to chat. Love talking with everybody, and of course if I missed anything so that I can go ahead and cover it next week. But we'll go ahead and start off this week's episode with tangent scale models and a new product announcement from them. As you can see, their September announcement, a model that is now in stock with them directly, the Pullman Standard PS-2CD covered hoppers with all new tooling for them. Here's a quick sampling of the different road names and paint schemes. Lots of patch versions we'll take a look at in just a second as well. Really unique offerings for this, some with only a single road number to accurately represent those prototypes. Here is a little bit of history at the start here, and then we'll get right into some details about the different paint schemes and road numbers as well. First up, Chicago Northwestern Delivery Green. We have 24 numbers offered in this run of this paint scheme, so tons of options for you here. Next up, we have an Arkansas and Oklahoma X Chicago Northwestern re-stencil. Only 3 road numbers to accurately portray these cars. Next up, we have CFWR X Chicago Northwestern. Once again, 3 row numbers for this version as well. Nice patch job, as you can see. And of course, if I'm moving a little quick through here, lots of text on screen. Go ahead, feel free to pause and catch up at your own pace. Nothing wrong with that. Next up, FPFX Foster Farms Delivery 1980 version here. 4 new road numbers in this run. Next up, an X Foster Farms INTX version. Only 1 road number. This is the only one you get, shown here on screen. Next up, a couple leasers. PLCX Gray Lease 4-1980. 6 road numbers in here, plain gray, so you can go ahead and add your own marks fairly easily. Now the Producer's Grain version, 6 road numbers of this paint scheme. And now on to some patch jobs. The X Producer's Grain Sioux Line patch. Only 2 road numbers in this patch job for Sioux Line. Now we have INTX 2015 onward version. Only 1 road number offered in this run. Really like Tangent's patch jobs. Now on to some Southern versions. Here is the Delivery Gray 1981 version of the car. Next up, we have the same scheme, but with the conspicuity stripes, 2005 onwards or so, 6 road numbers in this version. Next up, TCWR X Southern, 2019 onwards, only 2 road numbers in this one. Once again, pretty specific patch jobs. Now on to a few undecorated models that are also unpainted. Love that Tangent still does this. We got the PLCX 1980 version up first. Then the unpainted Chicago Northwestern 1981. As well as the Sioux Line 1981 version once again. These also have their own unique trucks, which you can now buy separately as well. Those SKUs are on screen with the different versions of those wheels. As well as the AEI tags you can purchase from Tangent as well to add to any car of your choosing. Here's a quick summary once again of the details on these cars. Big highlight, they do come stock with KD couplers, which is always nice to see. New tooling once again, really nice to see Tangent offer cars like this. These are now in stock. Tangent drops their announcements as soon as their models are in stock. And a quick reminder down below of last month's announcement. Since it's here, just a quick reminder, their Roanoke shops, HC714750s, are in stock as well, and most hobby shops, if you'd like to check those out as well. But that's all we have here from Tangent for this week. We'll go ahead and move on over to Bowser. And next up, we'll check out Bowser's new announcement of some more real coal hopper loads. These are 3D printed base with actual coal on top, kind of neat. 2 packs for all of these in stock. These are offered for not only Bowser cars, but as you can see at the top, cars like Intermountain here. There are 6 new loads that they have just announced, as you can see on top. Pretty much all Intermountain cars that now have the option to buy these Bowser loads and add them in, with one Walthers mainline version down below. And a recap of the loads that they announced before for some other manufacturers, including their own cars as well. These are now in stock if you'd like to grab some if you missed them when they were first announced. But really cool to see them make a coal load like this for a variety of manufacturers, since not every manufacturer offers loads with their cars or even loads separately as well. But they're covering pretty much all the fairly popular coal models as well, a couple of Rapido cars in there as well. Bowser also has these available in N-Scale as well, very similar offering, similar types of manufacturers. Since we're focusing mostly on HS-Scale here, for all you N-Scalers, that's just an update that's also available for you. Check that out on Bowser's website. We'll go ahead and move on now over to Walthers for their September new product announcements. And moving on over to the Walthers September 2025 New Product Express. Quick reminder before we get started, none of the prices are shown on these sheets here. It is available on the Walthers website if you're interested in the current pricing. Just due to the changing tariff situation, they decided not to place those prices on these sheets. Just an update for you before we get started. To start us off though, first up, the Walthers Proto Superliner ones are making a return, expected to deliver in winter 2026. There were those features on there you were taking a look at while I was talking about tariffs. Here are the different versions here. Phase 3 and Phase 6 offered in each of those with a sleeper, diner, and lounge. Really good time to be an Amtrak modeler. Lots of Viewliners coming out from Walthers, as well as Kato bringing theirs back as well. And those MPCUs from Rapido. Walthers mainline announcement of 39-foot Trinity 2-bay covered hoppers expected to deliver next spring. Some of the details there on screen, pretty standard for a mainline model. And here are the different road names and paint schemes. You've got 4 road numbers per road name typically here. Always like these smaller hoppers. And 2 more down below. And now onto a cornerstone building announcement, the Glacier Industrial Sands model, which is now in stock as of this announcement. You can see the kit there, pretty well done, would be perfect with some of those hoppers just above. Another announcement back in our mainline series, the 70-ton AAR 3-bay open hoppers expected to deliver next winter. These might work perfectly with some of those Bowser loads. You can purchase loads directly from Walthers from Chooch. They are flexible coal loads, as they call out there. These are new paint schemes for all of these models down below that they have done before. I really like that Alaska model. I think that's a very neat Alaska scheme. They are also doing an undecorated one, as you can see there as well. Might have to grab some of the Rio Grande paint scheme. Need to really find a good fleet for my tunnel motors to pull. Back in the Cornerstone line, expected to deliver next winter, is the Vintage Coal Dealer. Since it doesn't fully fit on one page, just give you that nice product shot. Then down below you can see all the parts in this kit. Lots going on here. This should be really, really neat. Once again, would go perfect with those coal hoppers. And next up, the Railroad Paint Shop, expected to deliver next winter. Here's a quick look at that with some of those details. Seems like a pretty large model, but should work perfectly for all your locomotives, except for maybe the large articulated steam locomotives. And in their Scene Master line to round us out, expected to deliver next winter, are some windsocks. Neat model that I haven't seen done too often. They do come in 6-packs. That's all we have here from Walthers in their New Product Express. We'll go ahead and check out their e-update next. And continuing on with the Walthers e-update, first up, a spotlight on NCE. You can purchase your favorite DCC system of choice from Walthers if you would like. Here's the Power Pro system called out with some of those details on there. I personally went with Digitrax. Nothing wrong with the power cab, just personal preference. But if you'd like, and Walthers has a good price on it, you can absolutely purchase from them. Their National Model Railroad Build-Off winners have been announced. That's available on their website and on their social medias if you're interested in that as well. Really, really nice models, of course, as usual. Reminder about pre-orders open for their 60-foot high cube plate F boxcars. I have one of these so far. Pretty good model for a mainline series. Definitely a good model overall. Big fan of it. Would recommend it if you have a chance. Next up, the Walthers heavyweight coaches in their proto line are now in stock, just like those Broadway Limited heavyweights as well, pretty much going head to head. So you've got a good variety to choose from, whether it be Walthers or Broadway Limited in this case with the heavyweights. Next up, their ML8s are available for pre-order. Really nice tiny model for industrial yards. Something interesting, the DCC ready versions also have a capacitor, not only the DCC versions. There's no DCC sound versions offered in this run, just because of the small size of the locomotive, I assume. And shouting out some other manufacturers, once again, you can purchase the Atlas GP7s in their gold line and silver line from Walthers directly, if you so choose. And the Rapido N-scale mechanical reefers are now in stock. I have one of these in HO scale. Really nice car and would definitely recommend it if you have a chance. But that's all we have here from Walthers for this week. We'll go ahead and move on over to ScaleTrains. And moving on over to ScaleTrains, starting off with a lot of N-scale models that we'll quickly breeze through. Just show them off. N-scale Fox Valley models tooled RD4 coal hoppers now in stock in those road names there. Some little bit of history there for you. Jimmy from DIY and Digital took a look at the N-scale AC4400 CW. Here's a quick look at some of those paint schemes still in stock with ScaleTrains in N-scale. And also in N-scale, more tunnel motors in stock, fairly limited though. Very big fan of the HO scale versions of those. Here's a quick list of the models currently in stock in N-scale, if you're interested in picking up some of those. But moving back into HO scale, a couple models now in stock. The Trinity 7500 series boxcars are now in stock for you. This is the operator series shown off. James Wright, JLWII2000 on YouTube if you're interested, did a really nice review of the differences between the operator and rivet counter models. If you'd like to check it out, I thought that was a really good video if you're interested in grabbing some of those. Here's a quick look at the road names and paint schemes here in the operator series and the quantity buy discount available directly from ScaleTrains. And here are the rivet counter versions of the same cars. Few different road names and patch jobs available in the rivet counter line that are not available in the operator series. Specifically those BNSF models featured there. Here's a quick look at those road names and paint schemes as well as that quantity buy discount as well. Those N-scale versions of the same cars expected to arrive this winter. Another model in stock are the rivet counter Thrall 86 footers. These are the versions without the roof walks, which is the later versions of these cars. Here's a quick look at those paint schemes and some of the patch jobs available in this run of these cars. Here's the full list of those. In the later version, remember without a roof walk, the versions with a roof walk or the early cars are also in stock as well with ScaleTrains with fairly limited availability. There's also some operator series versions of both of those. Also in stock are the GP30s, including the Chessie GP30Ms shown off here. Saw some demo videos of the BN GP39E with the strobe ditch lights, the precursor to the modern ditch lights that looked really neat. Really liked the programming job ScaleTrains did on those. Here's a quick look at those road names and paint schemes currently in stock with ScaleTrains. Some of the first time in HO scale called out there for you. Quick billing update reminder for all of those models. The deadline to pay if you order directly from ScaleTrains is this upcoming Friday, September 19th. If you did not get a pre-order in, look around that date, maybe the day after, to see some of those orders open back up if you'd like to grab some of those for yourself. And a quick reminder once again about the final stops in their road trip in North and South Carolina. At those locations and those dates, if you're in the area, would definitely recommend stopping by and saying hi. But that's all we have here from ScaleTrains for this week. We'll go ahead and move on over to Athearn. And moving on over to Athearn's Dispatcher, only highlighting some models now in stock. No new announcements quite yet. Sounds like maybe the end of September we'll get those. First up, shouting out their drop sill trailers in both HO and N scale now available, as well as the HO scale Ford C trucks and the 28-foot trailers. And this is a model that I did miss the announcement for, so we'll take a quick detour and take a look at these because I think they're pretty neat. The rotary snowplows with the F7Bs. Over here in the product page for these rotary snowplows, feels odd that we haven't done one of these in quite a while since we haven't had new announcements. Here's a quick look at the different offerings in this run of these snowplows. Really cool paint schemes on these different models. Worth noting, they are only available DCC ready. And down at the bottom here, UP and BNSF. And a quick look at the road name features there. Doesn't seem like there's any road name specific features, since this is just in the standard Athearn line, but another pretty cool model. But back over here in the newsletter, next up the ICC caboose that we did take a look at a while ago as well as the N-scale ACF 2970s, available in 3-packs primarily. The Roundhouse line of HO 2-bay ribbed side hoppers, those are 4-packs for all of those. And on their Train Tuesday, they took a look at the Genesis 13,000 gallon acid tank cars. That's available over on their YouTube channel if you're interested in that. And they will officially be at TrainFest 2025, the first weekend of November. If you're in the area, go check them out there as well. We do have some new shots from their product development team as well to round out Athearn for this week. Here are some product shots that Athearn's product development team has been taking a look at, it sounds like, of some of their upcoming Genesis F units. These are expected to deliver probably late December. Pretty nice details across the board on these models. Still just plastic couplers, that's one of their main flaws in my opinion. But still look pretty good, really like the train phone on top of the Pensy, as well as all the details on the rest. But that's all we have here from Athearn for this week. We'll go ahead and check out Prairie Shadows next. And moving on over to Prairie Shadows, we have the first decorated samples of their CP GP20C Ecos. These look absolutely fantastic. Just for reference for you, they do say there are some details that they do need some revisions on. And the estimated delivery is still Q4 of 2025, probably most likely later December, it sounds like from them as well. This is their first locomotive once again, available DCC ready or with Locksound 5, and pre-orders are still open if you would like to order one of these. Definitely a really striking model, really good one for them to start off with. I think it's going to be quite a hit. So get your pre-orders in if you haven't already. Would definitely recommend it because I think this one's going to sell out pretty quick. But we'll go ahead and move on now over to Bachmann. And moving on over to Bachmann, we don't see this too often, but we do have some product samples of their upcoming SCV42 Charger and the Venture cars in this Via Rail scheme. I think this looks very nice. Bachmann has really been doing the Siemens cars recently as well with all of the Chargers. Here's a quick look at some of the shots for you. Nice seat detail inside, pretty good underbodies. But overall, I think this one is also going to be a pretty good model. But that's all here from Bachmann for this week. Short and sweet. We'll go ahead and move on over to Rapido. And moving on over to Rapido, first up, the first sample shots we've seen of the E-Sleepers. These are beginning production in their factory as their Super Continental line coaches should be leaving soon. I have one of each of those on pre-order, both of the Rapido special 20th anniversary cars, so I'm really excited to see those arrive. These samples look fantastic once again. And final sample from Rapido for this week is their Greenbrier Transverse Coil cars. Really think these cars are also going to be a good hit. I do hope to grab one or two of them when they do arrive. Current estimated delivery is later this year, so probably another December delivery most likely. I know it's not listed here. I am hoping to also pick up some of the Rapido ballast cars, so I hope to get a good review out for those as well. Hoping to grab some of those in the next week if I can, but I'm really excited for all the models that we've talked about here today as well. But with that, I'll go ahead and wrap up this week's video here. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you made it this far, please consider subscribing. It does help me make a few dollars, so I really appreciate it. Like the video if you enjoyed as well, or just want to help out the algorithm, and drop me a comment if you're excited about anything we talked about here this week, or if you have any new additions coming your way to your own layout, and of course if I missed anything so that I can go ahead and cover it next week. But thanks again, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.